Hello everyone, I hope you're all having an amazing day. I'm currently having withdrawal symptoms from the Battlefield 1 beta, so what better to do than make a video on the weapons we were able to use in the beta. And there's a few interesting extras that are in this. Battlefield Bulletin recently listed all of these weapons on the Imgur, with the images of the guns to go with it. So I thought I'd put it all into one video for you guys. I'd just briefly like to mention that the images and the names of the guns are different from what they may look like and what they may be called in Battlefield 1, simply because some of the names are kind of crazy, so I guess DICE didn't want to put that in the game. But yeah, so first off I'm going to start with the assault class. First up we have the Beretta M1918, which I'm fairly certain was available in the beta. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I remember using it. Next up we have the MP18. I'm sure we used this in the beta. I personally believe I did. I think the name's a little bit different, but from what the gun looks like, I think I remember using it. But the next gun, I believe, is a new addition, and it's the Stanshoots Regal 1915. Forgive me if I pronounced that horribly. I can't remember seeing this gun in the open beta, but it definitely looks like a formidable opponent with a large drum magazine, as you can see. But the image also features a standard magazine next to the drum magazine, so extended mags confirmed. We'll have to wait and see. Moving on, we have the Winchester Model 1897, our first shotgun on the list. It's a pump action weapon, as you can see, and can absolutely destroy the enemy if you get up close and personal with them. Now another new gun, I believe, the Browning Auto 5. I'm not entirely sure that this gun was available in the beta, but I for one can't remember it. To be honest with you guys, I didn't really try out different weapons in the beta. You know, there was a few that I tried, but a few that I didn't. So if this was in the beta, I'm not too sure. I also believe that the beta on the PC featured more weapons than the beta on the Xbox One, which is what I played it on. So that could be another reason why I don't remember this gun. Lastly, for this assault class, however, we have another pump action shotgun, the classic Remington Model 10. I'm sure most of you have heard of this gun, so I won't go into too much detail, but beware if you see this within your vicinity. So moving on, let's start the medic class, and we jump straight in with what seems to be a new weapon that we have not used before. It's the Selbstlader M1916, a very interesting looking gun to say the least. I definitely pronounced that wrong, so I apologize if I did. Let me know in the comments how I should actually pronounce it. I'll probably look it up after this video, but yeah, forgive me if I did. But up next we have the Mondragon rifle, another classic. If you used it, you'll know it was very satisfying and fun to use. I for one can't remember using it, but I'm seeing a lot of videos on it, and they look very, very satisfying when you get a kill. So yeah, I'm sure you guys can let me know if it was. Up next, the favorite for most medic users in the beta is the Cell Rigotti. This is a very, very fun gun to use and equally deadly. I used this mostly in the beta on the Xbox One. It was the only real medic gun that I used. But however, on the PC, like I said, there was more weapons, so maybe you guys didn't use it as much on the PC. I'm not too sure. Again, let me know in the comments. Another Remington up next, the Remington Model 8. Remingtons were really important during the transition from old to new technology during the Great War. Lastly, for the medic class, we have the Winchester Model 1907. Apologies for the bad image quality on this one, but I'm sure you can tell it's certainly an effective weapon. It looks very, very deadly. Moving on from the medics, we go on to the scout class. Almost everyone's go-to class in the beta was the scout, partly because of the map, which involved mainly long-range engagements, but I'm sure we will all agree that the snipers in the beta were immensely satisfying when you got kills, especially those insane headshots. Also fairly easy to use, especially with their rapid bullet velocity, meaning virtually no bullet drop. But anyway, the first weapon we have is the Winchester Model 1895, which we were able to use in the beta. This is the gun in the beta which had the strange reload mechanic, which I actually enjoyed using and seeing. But yeah, it was quite a fun gun. Up next, another legendary weapon, and it is the Lee Enfield Mark III. All of you DayZ players will know what I'm on about. But yeah, it's an extremely powerful gun that I personally cannot wait to use. Next we have one of the two Gewehr weapons that the Scout class uses, and it's the classic Gewehr 98, which is yet again an amazing weapon. Moving swiftly on, we have the sniper that most people will know, and it's the M1903 Springfield. This gun was so good it was used for most of the Second World War also, and I'm pretty sure it's still in production today. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm no expert by any means. Last but not least, we have the Gewehr M95, which you can see here with the pop-up sights that people may or may not enjoy in the final build of the game. Moving on to the most underwhelming class for me, support. I don't think I used much of this class in the beta at all. I think there is a few much needed improvements to this class which I will mention in another video that is on the way, so stay tuned. But first up we have the Hotchkiss M1909 Benet Marcy, which looks to me like an immobile gun. It looks as though you won't be able to run and gun with this in your setup, however it could be deadly if set up in an offensive position with the bipod providing insane accuracy. I could be very wrong, but that's the vibe I am getting from this image anyway. Up next we have the Huart automatic rifle. Look how fucking scary this gun looks. I for one won't be looking forward to seeing this aimed in my direction. Next, another formidable looking weapon, the Bergmann MG 15NA, whatever that means. But this again looks like an immobile gun, but again I could be wrong. Moving on we have the Madsen MG. This looks very interesting to say the least. Looking forward to utilising this gun on the battlefield. Up next, the insane looking Lewis gun. We got the opportunity to get our hands on this in the beta, but like I said, I didn't really even choose the class that much. If you guys did, let me know how good it was, or bad, in the comment section below. But yeah, lastly for the support class, we have the Bar M1918. All of you World at War fans will remember this classic, and I for one can't wait to use it again. I'm going to move on to the most interesting and insane guns that we got our hands on in the beta, and I'm sure you've guessed, these are the weapons from the pickup classes. First off, the machine gun guy uses the MG08/15. Look at the sheer size of this gun. I'm sure it would have shot fear through the enemy on the battlefield, and a lot of bullets too. Next up we have the Tank Hunter, which I actually use more against infantry in the beta, but the weapon used is a Mauser 1918 T Guerre. Doesn't look too scary in the image, but in real life I can imagine this gun being stupidly large. Last but definitely not least, the deadly flamethrower guy uses this obscene gun, the Weschel Apparat M1917. I almost definitely pronounced that wrong, but I'm sure lots of you guys will remember this class, either from the trailer, where it was featured, or you may have attempted to run away from it in the beta, where it was stupidly powerful. The largest list of guns on this post are the pistols. There is a silly amount, so I'm just going to show you guys a few interesting looking ones. If you do want to see them all though, I will put their link in the post in the description, so make sure you go check it out. But firstly we have what's called the Bulldog revolver. As you can see, it's actually really small. I'm sure some fun can be had with this little beauty though, but not sure exactly how powerful it will be. Next up I'll mention the Borchardt C93, a very strange looking gun to say the least, but is that a drum magazine at the back? Full auto pistols confirmed. Moving on, my personal favourite from this post, we have this crazy looking gun, the Colibri. It quite literally fits in this guy's hand. It will be interesting to see quite how this gun will be used on the battlefield and whether it will actually deal a decent amount of damage or not. But nonetheless, I'm sure it will be used by everyone. I mean, just look how cool it looks. But that's it for this video guys. I really hope you enjoyed this slightly different video on the channel. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and comment if you want to see more. I'll leave the link in the description to the original post on Imgur so you guys can check it out for yourselves. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and as always guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.